Hey everyone, I have some of the items that I got from the Hobonichi 2022 launch, and I wanted to talk about why I picked these items and how I plan on using them for the new year. I do have a couple of items that are still coming, and for whatever reason, they're gonna have to come in separate shipments, but I'll get those eventually and talk about them in another video, I'm sure. I wanted to go ahead and start with this Hobonichi Weeks. This is the Liberty Fabrics one, and I believe this is the first time they've ever done the Liberty Fabrics in a week's cover, which is awesome. And it has the gold foiling for the year on the front there and on the spine, which is just chef's kiss. And I'm really glad I actually liked this cover because they didn't really have any other floral option that I can remember. I love a good floral, so I'm glad that I actually like this particular pattern. So this is what I will be using for my everyday planning in the new year. This will be my 5th year of using a weeks for my daily planning. I have all of the old ones with me. 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021, the current year. Obviously, I'm a sucker for a floral, and I am a little disappointed that they did not continue with this same botanical artist. But like I said, I am glad that there is a floral option for 2022. And I will say that this year is the first year that I have used this for planning without taking any breaks and dabbling in any other planners, which kind of caught me by surprise. I just found myself really content with this planning system this year. And I'm just not looking around at other things. I don't feel such a pull for that anymore. So I'm really embracing that and was really excited to pick my weeks out for next year. I think I might do a flip through of this at the end of the year once it's fully complete and I can just show like the big picture overview of a whole year of planning in here and how it changes over time if I'm overwhelmed or really busy. And yeah, things change throughout the year. I'm not always consistent, but I didn't leave this planner at all. And yeah, I'm just really happy to be able to start it for the next year. And one of the things that I do, which has become kind of a tradition without me planning on it being a tradition, but one of the things I do when I get a new book, any kind of new book, whether it's a planner or a journal or something, is I found that I like to put in end papers. So what I do is I go through my scrapbook paper pads and I pick whatever pattern calls to me or I feel like coordinates, and I will put it inside as something fun to look at. So a lot of the times, if I am not using a clear cover on my weeks, I will have it in a leather cover and I always slip the front of it in. So when I open the whole thing, the first thing I see is the inside papers. And honestly, I'm not really a fan of the end papers that come in here. So I believe, yeah, in 2019, I started adding in papers. In this one, I actually put this in the back too. This is a art print from Iraville. This was really expensive to just be in the back page of this planner, but I was really committed. And I think this is the one I ended up using the least, which go figure. So for 2020, I picked this winter themed paper. And then for 2021, I have this one. When I start out, I don't really have any stickers, but as I go through the year, well, this particular year, I found that as I went through the year and I started getting kind of sick of looking at this, the stickers started happening. So it evolves over the year, and by the end of the year, it's just really nice to have this whole thing that captures all of my moods and whims and plans. So for 2022, I actually already picked out the paper that I want in here. So I'll go ahead and show you that. I had it picked out before I even got this in the mail. So here it is. Yes, it's very extra. I just kind of went all in with the floral theme. I like how the colors coordinate with this. It almost has the exact same color scheme, but I do love that this is sort of a blown up, zoomed in floral, and I think it complements the tiny little chintzy florals that are on the front of this. So I'm not gonna put it on here in this video. I am actually gonna put this away. I'm not even gonna put it in a clear cover yet, which is how I will start out using it, because I like to save this little ritual for December when I'm getting ready to start the new year. So maybe I will do a separate video where I, set up all of my new things. But yeah, this is the plan for my planner for 2022. All right, next, I will just touch on this really quickly. This is the Japanese, or like the traditional Japanese masks in the bow and tie weeks. I am not going to be using this. This is actually for my sister-in-law, but she gave me permission to show this on my channel and open it up. This one has the silver foiling for the year. Very cute, and I love this like peachy color on the outside. So anybody in my family or like in my near vicinity, I will try to infiltrate and kind of shove them down the rabbit hole of Hobonichi and planning and stationery. And I was pretty successful with my sister-in-law. So I guess you could say this is kind of a consolation prize for me shoving her down that rabbit hole. So this will be for her, and I'll give that to her the next time I see her. This pencil board, I really love the theme of the photographs that they picked for all three of the pencil boards. This A5 one and then also the Weeks one had my favorite photos. So I went ahead and got this. So the reason I really love Hobonichi accessories is because they are very inexpensive. So it's just nice to be able to buy these if I find myself really attracted to a particular accessory. I go ahead and buy them without hesitation because it's one of the cheapest things that you can buy from the lineup to add a little something extra to your planners and notebooks. I really love how moody this is, and it kind of reminds me of like bluesy, jazzy music and has a kind of almost film noir vibe to it. So I really love the atmosphere of this one. I also have the Weeks one coming, but I will show that in a different video. But I'm really glad to have this in case I need it. I don't normally use pencil boards too much, not as they're intended. I mainly use them as a bookmark, and I didn't like the A6 one, so I didn't buy that one, but I also don't use A6 very frequently. I definitely tend towards the Weeks size and the A5 the most, so I have added this year. So the last items I have are the cover on covers. In the same vein of being an inexpensive accessory, I find that these are a really cheap way to change up the look of your planner. As you're going through the year and you start getting a little bit bored, and instead of completely changing planning systems, you can just add a fun cover on cover to change up the look and freshen things up a little bit. So I don't have any immediate plans to use these, but I really like this pattern, and I wanted to have these on hand in case there came a time that I wanted to use them. And the thing is when they sell out and when it becomes past that particular year, it's very hard to come by past accessories. So if you are really drawn to a pattern or a style, you might as well go ahead and get it. And I only have that attitude for these cheaper items because they really don't make much of a dent in your order total. The only other cover on covers I have are these from like 2019. These are, I think, the one's called Hide and Seek. So this is the only A5 solid cover that I have. And this is the 2019 version, but the one they released for 2022, it has this exact same coloring. Maybe the blue on the inside is like slightly different, but anyway, it looks pretty similar. So I've always just stored it like this for whenever I wanted to use it. So now I have a second option. So here is what it looks like on this black cover. I love it. I love how it pops. I just love a good black background like this. So this will be a great option for whenever I'm in an A5 and I want to change up the look. And same goes with the weeks. So what I have here, I have this with a piece of black cardstock, and I just slip my weeks in, and because they never, I don't think I'll ever buy a black weeks if they ever have one, just because it's easy enough to put black cardstock in the cover on cover and get to have this cover plus whatever comes on the weeks and get, you know, the most bang for your buck and a couple of different options. So this is how I would use this cover on cover with any weeks. So I will just have these in my collection in case I want to use them at any point in the future. And as a fun extra, I'll show you one other thing that I got, but this was kind of a last second type of purchase. I have been eyeing this A6 cover in the Liberty Fabrics for a year or so, but like I said earlier, I do not use the A6 size consistently enough for me to justify having a lot of covers or accessories or anything in that size. So I finally bit the bullet and got this because I just think this is so beautiful. It's breathtaking to me. It literally took my breath away when I opened it up. It is so much more gorgeous in person. And it was just a really hard thing for me to commit to buying because this is one of the more expensive covers. And I just really had to be sure that I wanted to add this to my collection because I don't want a huge A6 collection. So for now, this is a cover that I have, and this is the only other A6 cover. And both of these are like the most stunning things I've seen. And another thing is these did not come in an A5 size because I definitely would have went for the A5 version in either of these, but they weren't available. So I had to get the A6. So I'm really happy with this small little A6 collection, and I really, really love both of these. My family and I are really big campers, so I feel like this just represents everything that I love right now. So I'll wrap it up here. This is everything new that I have acquired, and so what I'm hoping, if everything works out, I'm going to go visit Robin at Talks from the Heart, and we are going to unbox some Hobonichi things together. And so hopefully we can get a video out for that and just have fun visiting together. So anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have been enjoying all of your Hobonichi goodies, and I will see you all soon. Bye.